One of the things the M.A.S.K toy line has struggled with is the fact that most of its characters aren't iconic. We know Matt Tracker and Miles Mayhem because they are the main hero and main villain respectively. But other than that, I don't know who anyone else is.
Who are you people?
That is with one exception. Come here real quick, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. The 80s are kind of sexist. I know, shock. But most of the time the toy companies had the opinion of, get those girls out of here. Boys don't want to play with girl toys. Keep it just for men. Except they realized that would be a total sausage fest. So there'd be at least one token girl per toy line. You know, Chitara, Scarlet, others. But here's the thing. Being the one girl on the team does make it pretty memorable. And usually the writers, or at the very least the toy designers, will care enough to make this character interesting. But here's the other thing. Evil will always triumph, because good is dumb. That's right, there is a flip side to this coin, the token bad girl. G.I. Joe was probably the most successful at this trope. For the good guys, there was Scarlet, Lady J, CoverGirl, and Jinx. And for Cobra, there was the Baroness and Zorana. Yeah, there were two less, but you know what? They were pretty kick-ass. Masters of the Universe was the other prime example of this trope. There was Teela, the warrior for good, and then her repaint retool, Evil Lyn, Skeletor's gothy witch wife, who really deserves the Purple Heart for putting up with all of Skeletor's dumbass schemes and bullshit. And for the M.A.S.K team, there was Gloria Baker, who I don't care about and who we're not talking about, because this is about Vanessa Warfield, the Ice Queen of Venom. Released in 1987 as part of the Wave 3 racing series, this is Vanessa Warfield and the Manta. They were released at a time where M.A.S.K wasn't dead, but it definitely wasn't doing great. The Vanessa minifigure is one of the best in the toy line. She has a very striking appearance with the red hair with the little shock of black. It kind of gives her a little bit of a punk aesthetic, but not too much. She's somewhere between Baroness, who is very haute couture, and then Zorana, who is Billy Idol punk rock. Now, compared to the rest of the Venom forces, Vanessa is definitely the best dressed. Like, her figure actually looks good. The other dudes all look like they just rolled out of bed or whatever biker bar they found. And, you know, Miles Mayhem looks like he came out of the Rhythm Nation music video. Vanessa looks like she showed up for the job at hand, which is to say, Task Force Vehicle Pilot. It's a blue jumpsuit, red gloves, and a pretty cool helmet. I mean, M.A.S.K. This is the Whip Mask. I don't need to explain what it does, you can guess. The M.A.S.K has one of the most mechanical aesthetics out of the Venom forces, even compared to, I think it's Sly Rax's mask, which is just techno-greebling. Her mask actually looks like a proper pilot's helmet with a lot of techno gear attached to it. And when you put the full ensemble together, she really looks more like a real robot mecha pilot from the 80s or 90s. But she's not getting in a robot, at least not yet. Who knows what weird comics will happen. Instead, she pilots the Manta. The Manta is a Nissan of some make and model, don't ask me what, and it is very dangerously Decepticon themed, with the bright royal purple and the shock of green highlights. It's a pretty striking car. It's one of the best in the M.A.S.K series if you ask me. It's a great, sporty look, and it is way cooler than some of the muscle cars and more grimy looks that you see on the Venom team. She's stylish, and she is in command. It's probably why she is Miles Mayhem's lieutenant. But look, the Manta does transfer, convert on its own. You know what, just skip the conversion because it doesn't trigger well on camera. So pressing the toggles on the hood, you get large wings that flip out of the back, and it also causes the hood to extend, showing off some missiles and some added techno-greebling. You do have to manually flip the front tires to become stabilizers, as well as pull out the rear fin, but it does look really good when all is said and done. And look, it's a Nissan with wings, and it's about as aerodynamic as a sofa, but you know what? So is the Thunderhawk. Controversial opinion, the Manta does what the Thunderhawk can't. Gull wing doors don't make a jet. At least the Manta tries. Thunderhawk's fine, honestly, but the Manta is just a little cooler. The transformation itself is the Manta's major gimmick. She doesn't have any firing missiles, but there is an ejector seat. Pressing the other toggle on the hood will cause the bottom of the car to fall out, and the seat with it. The seat is sculpted to have like little wings and fins and guns to look like a hover sled of some kind, but really it just looks like she's booting her coworkers out of the carpool lane. The fact that this is a sports car with a stealth conversion and an ejector seat does give the Manta a little bit of a James Bond spy vibe, at least in my opinion. It's sleek, it's stylish, it has a bit of a stealth quality considering it's dark purple and gray, and I believe Vanessa is supposed to be an espionage agent, so it kind of makes it feel like if James Bond or any of those 60s spy thriller characters was the bad guy. Now, said it before, still haven't watched an episode of M.A.S.K all the way through. Just like 7-Up. Never had it, never will. Instead, we're going to talk about, that's right, the IDW comics. So in the IDW Transformers comics continuity, because the Transformers are always the focus here, Vanessa Warfield is an FBI agent that was transferred to Miles Mayhem's Project Spectrum. Here, Project Spectrum, or as it will become known as, M.A.S.K, is a DoD special mission force dedicated to combating the Transformers with stealth vehicles that can convert into military vehicles for espionage and urban combat purposes. Vanessa's specialty was psychological analysis, and Miles realized that this would be an asset to any potential Black Ops teams he would form. For all intents and purposes, Vanessa is Miles Mayhem's ace. She's the one with the most motivation, she's the one that has the most steadfast determination, and she's the one who also keeps tabs on all of the other members of the team, looking for their weaknesses and potential strengths. It's from her that Miles was able to manipulate the other Spectrum riders into joining his Shadow Cabal, which would eventually become Venom. Much later in the series, when Miles Mayhem would go AWOL and hang out with his old pal Joel Colton and go attack Cybertronians on Cybertron, Vanessa pretty much took over the stragglers of the Venom team and became their new leader. This was undermined a little bit by the fact that Venom was absorbed into Cobra's ranks and Baroness, acting as new Cobra commander, became their leader, but you know, a win's a win. And Vanessa did end up becoming a mecha pilot, as she piloted the King Cobra combiner, which is the Piranha, the Rhino, and the Manta, forming into a large snake mecha. Very Gurren Lagann style, if you ask me. So yes, in the old days, Vanessa might be the token bad girl, but really she is Venom's most distinct operative. She's clearly the second in command, she clearly has the most motivation, she's also the best dressed compared to all these other douches. She's genuinely the best Venom character. Though I am biased towards Miles Mayhem, the man knows how to wear a blue suit.